Hi, Save the Day Seasonings consultants. I'm Adrian Alvi, and I'm the owner and founder of Save the Day Seasonings. And today I want to start a video series I like to call Recipe for Success. So as part of that series, I want to talk about a number of steps that we can all do to help improve our lives so that our minds are correct and that we can accomplish the goals that we have set for ourselves. And now, as with anything, everything that we do in life is going to be beset by troubles, trials, and afflictions, and things that otherwise take away our peace of mind. So in today's lesson, I want to talk a little bit about some of the steps that we can all take in order to achieve a little bit more peace of mind. Because without peace of mind, we really can't accomplish too much, because we're going to be too weighed down by those things that are stressing us out or cause us anxiety, even fear for the future, and all these kinds of things that prohibit us from accomplishing and achieving our dreams. A quote that I really love is, it applies to direct sales a lot, and it's, you spend a few years of your life doing what other people won't, so that you can spend the rest of your life doing what other people can't. And so it's wonderful to think about that everything that you've done up to this point in your life has been for a purpose. And I believe, for me, that that purpose is to be right here, right now, talking to you. And so I want to go over just six simple things that we can all do to increase our peace of mind and ultimately get us to the goal of personal fulfillment. And so in our lives, we have all things that we want to accomplish. We have things that we want to do, a better person that we want to become. And so first of all, without peace of mind, nothing else has much value, even money. Even if we're wealthy beyond our wildest dreams, if we don't have peace of mind, then what good is it? So why not live our lives in a way so that we can have peace of mind and also have the things that we desire, such as financial independence. And a few things that come to my mind are our own health and energy. It's totally up to us to decide how much health we're going to have, how much energy we're going to have. And that's entirely dependent on our day-to-day choices, just like everything else. Today I'm going to decide, do I want to eat better, or do I want to still go to the pizza buffet for lunch? And pizza happens to be my favorite food in the world, and so that's a decision I have to make all the time. Do I want to go to the pizza buffet, or do I want to eat something a little bit more healthier that would make me feel better and have more health, more energy? And one thing that can really, really drag us down is when there's problems in our relationships, because inevitably most of our problems in life are relationship problems. Problems with people, problems with situations in our life, dealing with other people. And that's the real measure of how we're doing as a human being. How healthy are our relationships? And if we can form and hold on to strong, loving, tender relationships, then that in itself can help us become a much better person. And the most single important thing in our lives is to emanate a feeling or a climate of optimism, enthusiasm, high morale for ourselves and for those around us, love and genuineness, so that in all our dealings with people, the people that we want to become our customers, the people that we want to join us in our Save the Day Seasonings business, they will be able to see, is this a person that I can join? And they're going to make that decision. Sometimes it's right away. They're going to decide, oh, this is probably not a person that I want to partner with. So we need to live our lives in a way so that the people around us are attracted to us, like a magnet, that you exude such a positive energy that people can hardly do anything but be attracted to you. And it has nothing to do with looks. It has nothing to do with necessarily your weight or anything like that. It has all to do with your attitude, How positive are you? How well do you carry yourself? Do you really believe in yourself and in your company? And the goal, of course, for so many of us is financial freedom, because most people are too bogged down by the day-to-day responsibilities of providing for their families, providing for their futures, and making sure that there's enough money in the bank to cover our bills, that we worry about it constantly. And what if that worry wasn't there? And so what we want to do as Save the Day Seasonings, my job as the CEO, is not to be the one to make the most money and have the most power or anything like that. My job is to make sure our consultants feel like they are our family. And if we're family, then we will watch out for each other and we will take care of each other. And we'll do things and make the sacrifices that we need to do to make sure that we know that we're all in this together. And so with financial freedom, can you imagine in your own life, if you didn't have to worry about where the money was going to come from, how would you feel? If you want a 5-digit income per month, what's the pathway to get there? Save the Day Seasonings provides a pathway to get there for you, for your family, for people around you. We're such a new company and we have such a tremendous product that the world needs. There's nothing like it out there right now. We know that this is going to be successful, and we know that we're going to be taking a lot of people with us along for the ride into making the money that they need to provide for their family. What if you didn't have to worry about what college you sent your kids to or how you're going to pay for it? That's what I'm talking about. Peace of mind, knowing that you're going to have what you need when you need it. And so it doesn't start with a 5-digit income, though. What it starts with is maybe a 3-digit income for the month. And then you work, and then you sacrifice, and you realize that it's growing. And then you're at 4 digits for the month. And then you build your team, and you find yourself believing in yourself. You find yourself wanting to act instead of sit back and wait for to be acted upon. And so if you take that month after month, year after year even, you're going to find yourself, wow, I'm at 5 digits a month. That's a 6 digits a year or more. And at this point in the company, there are only a few consultants, relatively speaking. And so the opportunity is there for you and for the people around you that you care about, and people that you will meet, that you will learn to care about and become good friends with, to also make that kind of an income so that you don't have to worry about the money. There's enough in life to worry about without having the money part to additionally worry about. So that's our goal, is to give people financial independence. The problem with that, as we all know, is that it just doesn't come easy. And if it came easy, then everybody would be doing it and everybody would be successful. But unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, it takes a lot of work, and it takes some sacrifice, and it takes some time. And so that's what we want to do, is to be able to give you a pathway to financial peace, to peace of mind, and to a way so that you can accomplish the dreams and goals that you have. And so you, of course, in that case, have to set up worthy goals, worthy ideals for you to strive for. Constant improvement, always thinking about your life, your attitude. How am I thinking today? How am I feeling today? Can I take those feelings that are negative, and do I actually have power to remove those? And the answer is yes, you do. You can choose what attitude you have. I used to think about that backwards. I used to think that, boy, when good things start happening to me, then I'll have the clarity of thought to be able to move forward. But that's really not the case. The case is that you take what you have right now, your positive energy, your personality, your attitude, and you decide that I am the one that's in charge of my life. I am going to take my Save the Day Seasonings business and I'm going to do something with it. We had an unfortunate consultant who joined us early on. I think he was number 4. And he just didn't do anything with the business. And that's okay. Everybody gets to work at their own pace. But when he dropped out, he said, well, I'm in this to make money. and I haven't made any money, so I'm dropping out. But the fact of the matter is, this consultant didn't hold any tasting parties. He didn't attend events on his own to try to sell the seasonings. He didn't talk to people about it, and he didn't make money. And so whose fault is that? Is that the seasoning's fault? Is that the company's fault? Or is that his own fault? And we know the answer to that. And it's interesting to think that a lot of people do come in thinking that, hey, this is going to be easier than what I'm doing right now. But the fact of the matter is, it may not be, but it might be. We can take our own situation in life and we can decide how we want to move forward with it. It truly is up to us. And in order to do that, we have to have a self-knowledge and a self-awareness of where we are. We know what our weaknesses are. We know what our strengths are. And so what we have to do is play to our strengths. Take what we know about ourselves and bring out the best in ourselves. People around us are going to see it. They're going to feel it. They're even going to taste how you feel about yourself. And if things aren't going too well for you in your life, that's going to exude as you talk to people about the business. And so it's very, very easy to get caught up in a trap of either self-pity or why isn't this working for me? I have tried and it's not working. Well, then the fact of the matter is, we all need to ask ourselves, myself included, what do I need to change in order to be successful? And success can be defined in many ways. And it doesn't have to be just, I made 5 figures this month. Because at the beginning, it's not going to be that way. But the goal is, I'm going to do what it takes right now so that in the future, I'm not going to have to worry about paying for my kids' college. I'm not going to have to worry about where I'm going to take my vacation. I'm a big fan of cruises. I love going on cruises. And I want to go on another one. But I'm so busy, I don't know when the next time it is that I'm going to get to go on one. So I have to ask myself, what am I going to do now so that I can get on another cruise? Because I'm a big food guy. I love the food on cruises. And if you haven't been, I recommend it. And so this self-knowledge and this self-awareness of where you are and what are the things that are bogging you down each day to prevent you from making those choices that bring you closer to that freedom, that financial freedom, that peace of mind, and that self-awareness that we all look for on a daily basis and try to help us and lift us out of the fog, so to speak, with the ultimate goal of being personally fulfilled. And a lot of people think, myself included, I've had many years of struggling with depression, anxiety, and these kind of things are the things that can break us or they can build us. And so we can take those experiences that we have, because they come to all of us, and we get to decide, is this going to break me or is this going to build me? And I personally have decided that all the experiences that I've had in my life that are negative, so to speak, have served a very, very useful purpose. They have built the character, they have built the endurance, and they have built the patience and the understanding, so that I know that I am truly the one in control of my attitude and my life. And so now I've been put in a position to be able to start this company and to be able to help other people to have a little bit of hope for the future, to be able to take their Save the Day Seasonings business and have it become part of the fiber of what they are. And in order to do that, we bring all these sort of little things together. Because if you take a spool of thread, pull it apart, it's really easy to take 2 fingers and break that little thread. But if you wrap it, pretty soon you have a rope-like thread, and you just can't break it. And that's our experiences, right? Negative experiences that come to us, they oftentimes make our decisions for us. For example, if I'm feeling anxious one day, depressed, or feeling not good about myself or the business, I can say, well, where does the problem lie? Is the problem in the business? Or is the problem that I need to make an attitude adjustment? And so often if we can decide, I want to make that attitude adjustment and I'm not going to let that negativity cause me to not work, that's another thread added. You've made the right choice today. Add to it each day. Positive, positive, positive. Give yourself positive feedback. Tell yourself how much you like yourself. Even if you don't, if you say it over and over and over again, you're going to start to believe it, and you're going to start to realize that it was always true. You always have liked yourself. And so with our experiences in life, we want to make our life a tapestry, a masterpiece, but it doesn't happen pre-printed, right? We sew that tapestry. We paint that masterpiece one stroke at a time. And those strokes are our daily decisions. So we can make those decisions, we can move forward, and we can really make something of our lives. And I hope that the concepts that I'm talking about today don't come across as being too generic, or I can't act on that, I'm not sure what I need to do with that. I really want you to think about, in your Save the Day Seasonings business, what can I do now to start having success? And some people already are having tremendous success, but they're working hard, right? And so we are willing to do things for maybe even a few years, maybe not that long, that other people aren't willing to do. You have the strength to do that. It's within you. I know you know it's within you, but it takes daily decisions. So thank you so much for listening to the first step in our Recipe for Success series. And we're talking about, let's make your life a masterpiece. Let's make it a life that's worth talking about, a life that's worth having other people follow you to more and greater success through peace of mind, through thinking about health, to thinking about our relationships and make sure that love is the foundation for our relationships, with a goal of having financial freedom that comes from a purpose-driven life and a plan that we have that's executed, worthy goals and ideals, sticking to who you are, thinking about your self-knowledge, your self-awareness, your strengths, your weaknesses, and taking all those and making them part of a bigger structure and a bigger picture that your life can be, and ultimately personal fulfillment and happiness. And I think that's all of our goal in life, is to find the happiness that is there for the taking, but it is our choice to go get it. Thank you so much for listening. And again, I'm Adrian Alvi, and I hope that you guys all have tremendous success in your businesses.